couple of quick tips. We showed you how to do a super glue back joint. I'm going to show you how to do a regular glue joint, but a lot of times you'll buy back and side sets maybe on eBay where they are not rectangular but they're in an odd shape. So how do you clamp something like this? Well, it's not all that difficult, and I'm going to show you how to set up a side like this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to joint my edge. Now you can rough it out on a joiner, you can have a joiner, you can have all kinds of things. I have a granite plate, and my granite plate is probably as accurate for flat as it can be. Now you're going to say, well, you don't have a square. I've done enough of these, I'm pretty good at that. But you can actually use a table saw top with sandpaper. It doesn't matter how you joint your edge. The fact you've got to joint your edge. So you can see the chalk came off this pretty quickly. So I know my edge is decent. All my chalk is pretty much gone. And I'm not using a lot of force. Just maybe the weight of my hand. And when I put this together, I can candle. Okay, and I have no light coming through. So from here we'll go down to the table and you'll see how good this joint actually is. How you make your actual joint is really not relevant. It's just that you learn how to join well. Building guitars is an exercise in gluing. So you want a joint to be as good as possible, and you do not want to have to force a joint. Now this is going to be just regular tight bond. Since I have an irregular shape, I do have other jigs, but I just want to show you how simple this can be. Now I am putting a back strip in my joint because I am a traditionalist. I do like to do that. You don't have to do that, but I just enjoy it, and to me that is what I like to do. So I will put my joints together, and you can see I wiggle back and forth. That little bit of wiggle helps to get the glue distributed well into the joint. And I have already done it where I just left it lay like this, but I do like to have a little bit of clamping force, and believe it or not, this works very well. I will put 3 pieces of tape on this side of the back, and you can see that's attached, and I'm pulling it with my other hand. Okay, and this is Scotch brand 233 tape. There's a nice little stretch to it, and it works very well. You've noticed I have wax paper underneath there so I don't get glue on my tabletop. And now I just put 2 on this side. And together that's going to give me about 40 pounds of clamping force, which is ample. Now in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I can actually run that through my thickness sander and complete the process. And that is how you can glue up an irregular shaped piece of wood for a top or a back. And you can see it doesn't take a lot of equipment, but if your joints are clean and true, you can do it very simply. That's a quick tip from Blues Creek Guitars to you.